That was an amazing speech. I hope it got everyone riled up and sparked a fire within all of you for the fire of entrepreneurship. Our next speaker is the co-founder and managing director of Beesman Web. She comes from the small city of Medleypur. After completing her graduation in zoology, she pursued business studies from North Sibuli Institute of Management Studies, Bombay. She never planned to start a business, but soon her small setup of 4 people grew into Eastern India's largest ERP firm. With the company's headquarters at Kolkata, the company had its office in Singapore and Bombay. I would like to welcome Abhiyanti onto the stage. Guys, I hope I am audible without the mic.
Yes, Sumit, yes.
Thank God.
Thank you, Sumit, and thank you, Sunilji, for giving me this opportunity. No, I think I'm fine. Everybody can hear me.
All good.
Thank you.
So, Abhiyanti, tell us something about your journey. When you started coming from a small town and getting into entrepreneurship, I'm sure it had its own fair share of challenges. Can you throw some light into your journey?
Firstly, I would like to share my journey really up close and personal. I don't need it. Thank you. So, the story starts in a very small city of Midnapur where I was born, and my entire graduation I have completed from there. So I was a good student. I topped in boards, and as like many parents, I come from a very academic-oriented Bengali family, Bengali household. So my parents also wanted me to pursue higher studies, but as my previous speaker said, I was not getting the kick. So I was very interested in technology and liked to play around with different applications, CRMs and software systems. But I was pursuing science. So I was kind of looking for an alternative. Should I start? Hello? Okay. So I was kind of looking for an alternative. I was searching, and then I got an internship opportunity, and that was during my final year graduation. So it was the very next day I finished my graduation exam. That was the last exam. I packed my bag and I came to Kolkata to pursue something else. So I got an opportunity to work in a startup farm, and that was the time. That was 2015-16. The NASSCOM 1000 startup initiative was taking place. So I came here. This world of startups and everything was very new to me, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So in startups, you work in a stretch and pull method. There are so many new responsibilities and new things you have to learn, and you have to perform. You have to multitask. I liked it. So just then something happened, which is very integral to how my path was carved after that. So I was writing, I was blogging, I was doing a whole lot of CRM and analytics stuff in that startup. So one fine morning, my boss called me up and he said, "Have you seen your blog? It has hit probably around 4 lakh views last night." So I think that was a milestone. And my interest in technology only grew after that. So I started to explore new topics, new things about technology. The 6 months, that was the internship that I was doing in the startup. I again went to NM Mumbai to pursue business studies. I came back, again joined another company for a job. But this time what I felt that how much I wanted to explore, I was not being able to explore. I was not getting a good enough workplace in Kolkata. I consulted 2 of my seniors. So they said, you have got all the, they believed in me, and they said, you have probably got all the right ratios, And this is the time where you should learn and not do anything else, because you're already compromising your higher studies for that. So this suggested me, you go, you set up, we will support you. Why don't you start something at your own? Why don't you start freelancing? And that was a big decision for me. I consulted my parents, they were like, you are just wasting your time again. But so this is the first probably learning or takeaway that I would like to share, that honor your passion. I was hearing this, I was watching this interview of Jeff Bezos the other day, and he says, you know, passion is a gift. Not everybody is gifted with a passion. And passion is not something you choose, the passion chooses you. So probably I have chosen my passion, and that's why I am here. If I would not have came out of my comfort zone, taken that decision to come here in Kolkata and venture something new, I would not have shared this story with all of you. I would not have been sitting here. So that's probably takeaway number one. I'll explain the takeaway and then I'll go into challenges. Secondly, I believe takeaway number two is you have to be good in managing people. The clients you manage are people. The employees you manage are people. If you don't know how to manage people, how to love them, respect them, how to treat them with empathy, you can never flourish as an entrepreneur. And the third takeaway, what I would like to share, or I would like to sincerely say, is that I have started to honor the journeys of other business owner or entrepreneurship. I have probably started to realize what it's worth. When you're an entrepreneur by choice. You have to do a lot of sacrifices, you have to be a learner, you have to be a decision maker, which again your formal education doesn't teach you. It teaches you to, you know, obey the orders. It teaches you to obey the decisions, not help you in making decisions. So you have to challenge yourself a lot when you're an entrepreneur. And just like you said, so these talking about the challenges, I would say, so I come from the tech industry. I deal in softwares, and we are having a clientele over 15 plus countries now globally. Challenge number one is obviously managing people again, because when you are new, when I started I was around 24 probably. So you will get a lot of employees who are way older than you, who have an experience of being in industry for 10 years, 15 years. But you have to believe in your instinct, okay? And you cannot just, your investors or your employees or senior management take over whatever you have planned. And the other challenge is probably, again I would not speak negative, but I would explain, or I would like to say a little bit about my experience in working in Eastern India. I work in overseas territory as well, and we have started our venture in Kolkata and around. So basically we work for transformation of workspaces, transformation of organization. So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, where you put systems and procedures in place through a software. So what I have seen, it becomes a little bit difficult for us to make our clients understand the concept. Okay. So they are, what I would say, the right term would be, they are a little bit resistant to change. But probably after pandemic, I would say people are a little more open about exploring how they should manage, how they are supposed to manage their business, to be more organized, to not depend on manual processes. And so these are probably the challenges and takeaways I have. Thank you.
So what is your advice to any young person who wants to, move from a small town and wants to get into entrepreneurship right now and has a limited amount of exposure and resources?
Okay. Learn. There's nothing that probably can be more important than being a lifelong learner. You have to absorb everything. You have to learn how to manage people. You have to learn how to conduct yourself, you have to learn how to present, and there's no end to this learning. People who are my contemporaries, probably I think they have progressed in their academic career, but I feel very proud when I say that probably I have read many books, I think if not, but at par, if not more than at par. You have to read, you have to explore, you have to talk with people, and you have to learn from them. And I think that is the only way. You cannot oversmart everybody in your team or your clients, but again, it would give you an edge if you have the right attitude, and if you try to start taking start noting down everything and taking different points from whatever experience you're having, whatever you're facing. Yeah, I would like to put it like that.
So where do you see the future of ERP and other organizations? So, because all the teams have shifted to virtual, and it's easier to manage teams given that you can have virtual teams all over the world. So where do you see the future of technology and ERP heading in the future?
Very good question, Sumit. So it doesn't depend on how you manage your business. At the end of the day, you have to run your operations. 5 people are working. They will probably do whatever they are doing in their individual capacity. But at the end of the day, we have to understand they are humans. Someday they will take leave, someday they will not be at their best. Do you want to depend on everything manual? Do you want to depend on whatever they are telling you verbally? Or you want to believe on the data? Or do you want to believe with whatever reflection is you are having of your probably different type of departments, whatever you're doing, your KPIs and your reports, everything. So that's why software is important. It's accurate. It helps you to manage your operation or whatever, however way you are engaging in a software. It helps you in managing that aspect in a more accurate way. Okay. And when you talk about tech, I think in technology, be it ERP, anything, so many new things are coming up. AI, machine learning, metaverse is the new fad, I believe. Not fad, but it's a new hot topic in the town. So in technology, you have to lean towards the future, right? You have to always bring new research, new development and new topics. You have to do a lot of research for that. So I think that's what it's heading to, that is what exactly it is heading towards. One organization cannot, probably the future organizations, the organizations of future cannot survive without automation.
Thank you so much. It has been such an enlightening session and to learn about what is going to happen in the future and how you came out and it's such a wonderful company and brave so many challenges. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
After that, hello. After that wonderful session, our next speaker is somebody who heals people, who helps them get better, Our next speaker is Manish Agarwal, the founder and CEO of Tablet, which is focusing on reaching rural households and making people's lives better through providing them medicine so that nobody misses out on healthcare. Manish, it's a pleasure having you here. I would love to hear your journey, how you are healing people and providing them essential medicine so that everybody gets better.
Thank you, Sumit. And a big round of applause for Sumit first. Like he's a rock star. And I love him. I'm humbled to be here in front of dignitaries. So, how do we do that? How do we deliver medicines? For people who do not know Tablet, first of all, Tablet is Kolkata's own homegrown e-pharmacy. Again, it's more than an e-pharmacy. It's a community-led distribution model. We basically serve customers, mostly chronic customers, in tier 2 and beyond in eastern India, West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha. Leveraging our partnership with micro entrepreneurs in smaller towns, close to 450 micro entrepreneurs across East India. And they are the main reason which we leverage, and we ensure that we meet all the service criterias and experience criterias what customers need, especially those who need regular medicines every month for hypertension, diabetes, etc. Yeah, so this is what we do as a business, Sumit.
So, very interesting. Like, what was your motivation behind this idea that I would provide medicines to everybody and nobody who has a requirement of medicine should go and treat it and, should always get access to emergency medicine?
So yeah, pharmacy business is a hyper-competitive business. All of you have already heard about bigger players like PharmEasy or a NetMeds or a 1mg or an Apollo or a MedPlus, right? So you would say, he's definitely a fool to be in business, right? Well, while we were working with some of these players in early 2018, Sumit, we realized that most of the supply chains, whether it be larger brick and mortar players like an Apollo or a MedPlus, or it can be e-pharmacies like PharmEasy or NetMeds, they have developed their supply chain and value chain to serve customers in metro cities and mini metros, right? It was during that duration that we learned that the larger market, 60-65% of the market actually lies behind the curtains in tier 2 and beyond. Now, since we on a day-to-day basis are not exposed, sometimes that doesn't click, and as well as these companies were, fair enough to themselves and their shareholders to start off in a metro city. But we saw a significant opportunity in tier 2 and beyond. It was a large, untapped, unorganized market, which an organized player like us could go about and create some value proposition there, some value innovation there. We saw that the people there, middle class and lower middle class, really needed some benefits of the efficiency in the system in terms of pricing, proliferation of generic medicines. They needed medicines quickly, and most importantly, they needed genuine medicines. Now, being an organized player, it's far easier for us to get hold of genuine medicines and ensure it reaches every household. But the most important value that we try to create is reach those tier 6 villages, even beyond tier 5, where the population is, let's say, 2,000 or 3,000, where even if a person needs medicine, he would have to travel for a few hours, go to a larger city, waste an entire day. We ensure through our supply chain that medicine reaches in those villages. So if a customer orders today, it reaches tomorrow. So these are the kind of innovation. Their ordering is vernacular. They can reach out to the local community partner. We have a 24/7 call center. So these are some of the value innovations we did to make medicines more accessible, more affordable, genuine medicines reach them. So yeah, there was a space, and we tried to, just try to gather that up. Yeah.
It's been a very, very big support. So big round of applause for Sumit.